Oh, smile for a thumbnail. Ah!
I didn't know where I was looking.
I look well fat. Oh God, a horrible upward shot there. Right. You're alive. You are live. Hello everybody, this is a video where we're going to be answering your comments on the most recent video that I just posted, which was the router bit cabinet. We want to do more of these in the future, but they will be posted on my second channel, which is now live. You can find that by accessing my main channel, and then there's a link on the right to Matt Estlea 2, and you'll be able to go on there. There'll be more like behind the scenes stuff and things like that. And there'll be more content like this, that's kind of just sort of winging it, bit of laughing and stuff like that really. Should we get into the comments? In fact,
Did
to
you
the
want
cabinet.
the cabinet?
Yeah, right. We're gonna go get the cabinet off the wall, and I'm gonna get it here, and then we'll start answering some of your questions. So we're gonna go handheld, and Rob's got access to YouTube and Instagram right now.
Except I can't see what I'm doing on YouTube. That's fascinating, I see it on that screen as well.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Oh wow.
So am I.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, that's cool, So, behold, down a bit on that one.
Down a bit.
That's it, sorted. So here we go. Here is the router bit cabinet, looking lovely. Very happy with how it's turned out, but yeah, I need to be getting off the wall, don't I?
Yes.
Watch me drop this, and it's gonna be
this will be brilliant. I've got two camera angles. Here we go. That's so cool.
Right, okay. Oh. Okay.
Lovely.
So, thank you very much for everyone for joining us on this live stream. Hope we didn't catch you unexpectedly, but there we go. First comments.
First comments, yeah, okay. MM says, do you miss a table saw? Even a little bit? See, I have two in my shop and use them both.
Two table saws, right. The table saw question is something that I have kind of answered in my Power Tool Workbench series, but a lot of people are still asking me about it, and it is a big subject to try and answer. So there is a blog post on my website, which I have pre-prepared on my laptop. What you have to do, go onto my website, www.mattestlea.com, press on the projects tab, and then the first article, or maybe the second article, will be the Ultimate Power Tool Workbench. Click on that, and then it shows the reasons for why I have chosen to use that workbench as opposed to a table saw. Quite a big article, but I think my reasons are justified. Answering your question, yes, I miss a table saw, but I'm all for experimenting with other things that makes it more accessible for the average Joe to have something that can substitute a table saw. Does that make sense?
It seemed to make sense, yeah.
Cool, like it.
Cool. So, Harm Bouige says, nice cabinet. Shame you didn't French polish it just to go totally over the top.
French polishing. I've never done it. Well, no, I have done it once and it went awful.
What's the difference between French polish and, say, the Osmo wax that you used on that one?
Okay, so French polishing takes days, I think.
Really?
Yeah. It's like building up loads of layers of finish. You layer up things like shellac, I think it is. Yeah, lots of layers of shellac. Right.
Lots of people are saying volume up, please.
Volume up. Bring that closer, maybe. Slide it forwards.
Slide it.
Sorry, we had a bit of rain then. It got really heavy on my asbestos roof.
Oh, it's going to sound lovely.
That's a lot of money there.
It is.
Oh. Okay. See your head. So, as I was saying, French polishing. Yes, I could have, I've never done it before properly. The only time I've tried French polishing, I ended up getting loads of wire wool stuck in it because I went too far, and it just looked awful. It's more like gilding as opposed to French polishing. Next question.
Yes. Renee Holbruge says, cabinet came out nicely. Are there any magnets used to keep the doors closed?
No. quite a good idea, but to be honest, like these are holding quite nicely. There's not really any need for them. Also the fact that I just didn't have any laying rounds, and I didn't want, the only ones I did were like 10 millimeters wide. So they would have just been, yeah, it would have been too powerful. Doesn't need them in this case, but definitely something you could do on a cabinet, definitely.
Graham Orm says, and I assume he's converted from this, he said, awesome job, Matt. Forget what I said about the boarding for the bottom of the doors. Yes, it's nice to see you doing what you're good at, some fine joinery. More of the same, please, in solid wood. Oh. So he's converted, but not converted enough to continuously do it.
He had me going there. I thought we'd converted some people. Right, those of you that don't like OSB, let me tell you a little something about OSB. I haven't prepared anything more than that.
Yeah.
You're waiting for it.
Wing it, wing it.
So, right, OSB, it looks awesome in a workshop, more specifically this workshop. You think if I made these panels out of a burr or something like that, I've got some Mali burr over there, which is like this lovely brown chocolatey colour. Imagine that mounted in here. All of a sudden it wouldn't work in this workshop. It would be like that should be hung up in some millionaire's office. Yeah, because my work's definitely worthy of that.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Like, I like over-engineering things, as you can see. Dovetails, frame and panel doors, but by putting some expensive panels in there, firstly, I waste some expensive burr material, and like, I am building this to last me a lifetime. And like, what am I trying to say here?
I don't know, really.
If I build this properly, dovetails, proper joinery, then this is going to last me for life. Do I need to go as far as using some fancy material for the panels? No. But, you know, I'm more going for structure rather than aesthetics and form, I guess. So OSB panels matches the rest of the workshop. That's what I'm going for.
I think what it can boil down to is that you're lazy and you prefer cheap woods because you make lots of mistakes and like to swap things out easier.
That's actually true. Yeah. That is the other. Yeah.
So I'm going to steal a quick question from YouTube, or two, because I quite like these. Roy Lang says, what a great video series. The cabinet is very neat and the OSB panels are a stroke of genius. They look great. There you go.
Thank you.
Inflate your OSB ego.
Yes. OSB will slowly take over the world.
Ben Effelson says something that I rather like. He says, damn, the production value of this video was awesome. Stoked on the recap video. There we go.
Thank you. I'm very proud of how I edited that video. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I put a lot of work into that. Not helped. Rob did a great job on the video. What's it called? Applause for him. Congratulations. He has done a cracking job on this whole series and the overview video as well.
Thank you.
You know,
very.
See, look, I'm nice to you, and you just bully me.
Yeah, but there's nothing positive to say about you.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Right, I'm going to take some stuff from YouTube and Instagram. So, well, maybe more YouTube and Instagram, because otherwise you're just going to get my face here reading all the Instagram comments.
Nothing wrong with a bit of Spider-Man.
Oh, not with this hair. It's all gone now, isn't it?
A bit different.
Okay. Sean Wiggins says, what's your favourite router bit?
Oh. Favourite router bit is going to be either this one, 1/2" flush trim, shear cut, monster from Axminster. I used that for a lot of my projects. It was actually the one I used on the bass guitar when I accidentally hit one of the brass rods and it shot out like a bullet, and it's got a huge chip in it, but the other knife is perfectly fine. The other ones I really like are slotting cutters for cutting grooves. I think they're incredibly versatile. And also, I've got these spiral ones from Lee Valley when I went and visited Veritas last year. I haven't used them yet, but they just look at the state of these. They've still got the gel on them. Look at that for YouTube. They're just absolutely monstrous. So I think that will probably end up being my favourite router bit. But yeah, for now, it's the big spiral shear cut 1/2". I think that's the thing of beauty.
James Blackwell says, it's just 2 words, fireman's pole, question mark.
I thought people had forgotten about that. Yeah. Fireman's pole. It's consumable corner now.
So it's, yeah, can never happen.
It can't happen, yeah. But what about the other idea?
Ooh, definitive?
I think we've got, yeah. Okay, so was it a comment in the last video?
Yes.
We had a comment in the last video from a guy who, I can't remember what he said, but he said something like, why don't I have a blackboard in the workshop to demonstrate things rather than scribble everything on bits of paper like I do, a big blackboard. So what we thought was making some sort of like swing down blackboard from this mezzanine floor above me. And what we actually thought earlier today was editing that into a Turning Tuesday video where I actually make a wooden pulley system out of it as well in order to lower it and just have this giant blackboard come down, which will be amazing for demonstrating things, and it'll
be fantastic.
I'll feel smart using it as well.
Yeah, you'll look smart. I'll have to get you a proper professor's waterboard. Because that's what they use every time in universities.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, no fireman's pole, but blackboard.
Merrick Allard, when did you start woodworking and how did you get into Rycote? Rycote wood. I'm interested because I'm a teenager and I want to do the same.
How did you get into furniture making? It's quite difficult. Or how did I get into furniture making?
How did you start woodworking? And I guess they're sort of looking for you for inspiration.
Okay, I will be answering this in my Q&A video, but as a brief overview, I was in secondary school. I had a a substitute teacher, a teacher who just came in and helped out?
Yeah, assistant teacher.
Me and Rob were in the same school, funnily enough. So assistant teacher, he came in and one day he bought in a box that was worth like £5,000 or £6,000, something like that, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was ludicrous how much it was worth.
And like I saw that, instantly thought I wanted to do that, and just found a furniture making school that was, luckily for me, it was only an hour's commute. I know it could be a lot further for a lot of people because it's quite hard to find a furniture making course.
I was going to say, surely they're few and far between.
Yeah. Your best bet if you want to get into it is probably either seeking some sort of apprenticeship or internship, or it's really difficult. It's really difficult, to be honest, but you've just got to fight. Yeah, apprenticeship is probably the best way to do it, but just learn as much as you can from free videos like YouTube and other places, and just put the practice in at home as well, because if you do an apprenticeship, you're not going to have a lot of time to practice things like this, hand-cut joinery and things like that. You don't really do a lot of it in industry. Apprenticeship, unless you can find a school nearby, then do that. But I'll be answering that question in full in the Q&A. I like how you put pens here.
People are asking, what are they? I was like, well, it's pretty clear what they need to build.
They should know by now. I'll bring them up to the camera. Jesus pen, unicorn pen, cute.
So we've got someone here by the name of Egatron X.
Oh.
It's a valid question. I need to build an 8-foot vivarium in the next year. I believe that's a container for lizards.
Yes.
Right. It needs to be watertight and deal with heats upward of 35 degrees C. In a quick 30 seconds, what would be your top tips for a woodworking novice?
Oh, Lord. Damn it, Sam. Okay. Wait, so it's a tank that gets really hot.
Yes, and it's got to be watertight.
And it's got to be watertight.
So imagine there's boiling water in it.
Oh, Lord. I don't know. I feel like I have... Sam's one of our friends. I don't know. I really don't know. Next question. Sam, I'll help you out with that at some point, but not now. This is more this is more pressure than maths with Matt.
Marshall Morell says, how can you make a decent living if you only get one day in the shop last week? If you only got one day in the shop last week. Did you just say you only had one day in the shop?
Yeah, I did last week.
I see.
It's not normal. I only get one day in the workshop. Normally I get about 3. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I teach at a furniture making school called Rycotewood in Oxford. Then Thursday, Rob's in the workshop. Friday, I film a tutorial or a review or something like that. Saturday is my day to do what I want. And then Sunday is my day to actually like socialise and do stuff like that. So I do normally get more than one day. It's just a few things popped up last week that prevented me from doing so.
Jacob Dobies, why always wear black?
Why do I always wear black? I've never been asked that before. I mean, so do I answer this honestly, or do I come up with another solution for it? Oh God, this live, this is difficult.
It doesn't matter.
No, okay, right, I'm going to answer this honestly, right? When I first got into making videos, it was the result of a long-term relationship ending, and I needed something to focus my attention on. And I was trying to build my self-confidence in that time, and I read in an article somewhere that wearing black makes you look cool. Like, my sense of fashion was nil at that point. I used to wear like baggy skater tops, baggy jeans, and just like, I looked like a absolute, like any teenager would back then, I suppose, but that was when I started.
Somehow worse.
Yeah, somehow worse. A lot greasier as well. Like, I'd just come out of a chip fryer. Yeah, and I started wearing black, and like now, I just wear it because it kind of looks professional, and it's sort of my brand now, I suppose. And I feel weird when I don't wear black. Yeah, the only thing is it shows glue stains a lot worse. So like these jeans are just, yeah, they're not great at the moment. But yeah, that was the honest answer to that question.
That was very honest.
It was very honest, yeah.
I felt incredibly awkward standing here during that. It was the worst moment of my life. 42 Invincible again. He's in it with the questions. Love your saws, but if you could only buy one handsaw, crosscut or ripcut?
Ripcut carcass saw. Carcass saw, it's kind of like the midpoint between a dovetail saw and a tenon saw in terms of size. And a ripcut, you can still crosscut with a ripcut, it's just not going to be as clean. Whereas if you try and rip with a crosscut, it's going to be incredibly slow. You're not really going to get anywhere with it, and you're just going to knacker the saw. So rip carcass saw. I did a video about a year and a half ago called What Saws Do You Need? Have a look at that video. You'll find it really useful. That was basically the result of it, but I talk you through the other options as well.
Paul Moulin says, what is the first woodworking tool you bought?
First woodworking tool I bought, first proper tool was...
Can't say ruler.
Yeah, ruler. My Veritas dovetail saw. You know, I think the only saws they had at the furniture school at that time were just absolutely terrible. And I wanted a proper dovetail saw that wasn't too expensive and worked lovely, and the Veritas one is the solution for that. I think it's, in the UK, it's about 60, 70 pounds maybe. And like, don't get me wrong, it needs a sharpen now, but it still kind of works. So yeah, that's lasted about 6 or 7 years by this point. Recommend it.
So that was your first tool, and
yep.
Alistair Sandy says, what is your favourite tool?
Oh, I think I've said this once, but I always change. In terms of hand tools.
Yeah, keep it hand tool.
Keep it hand tools.
Yeah.
Probably Lee Nielsen number 4 bronze smoother. This is kind of like counterintuitive to what I say a lot of the time. I always say that the Veritas low angle jack plane is the most versatile, which it is. It's definitely the most versatile, but is it my favourite? No. Number 4, Lee Nielsen smoothing plane in bronze, because it adds extra weight and it just looks badass. That's definitely my favourite.
Let's make this the final one.
Final question?
Yeah.
Make it good.
And it's by Sean Wagoner.
Yep.
I really enjoyed watching you transform your shop space. Are there any more upgrades that you have planned for the shop?
Well,
other than...
Yeah, the blackboard. Rob keeps saying about making a mezzanine floor in here, so you can have some dedicated office, probably.
That'd be so cool!
I don't want you in here more often than you already are.
Can I just have a levitating platform in the middle?
You can sit out in the car park.
Ah.
Upgrades for the shop. Do you know what? I think I'm pretty much set now, to be honest. Like, I've got the machine area, this lovely area here, which you see on camera a lot, and the metal working area. the metalwork area was the one that I wanted to get. Like that was my most wanted upgrade recently. So I'm pretty much sorted now. It's just going to be little extra things of organising. Yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest. I'm pretty content. Blackboard's the next one.
I think James Thompson is suggesting getting a drone for the workshop, if I've
A drone for the workshop?
Yes.
Yeah, we actually did fly a drone in here once.
We did for the first sort of bit, like first video while I was here, just for the sake of it.
Yeah, when I was filming the workshop move, so when I was moving into this place, I had Rob help me out on one of the days, and he's got a, what drone is it, DJI?
DJI Mavic Air.
Mavic Air, and it's a lovely little thing, and he flew it through the doors while I climbed up here, didn't I?
Yeah, exactly, and it was sort of this moving shot going up to you.
Yeah, it'd be really cool. Do you know what, when I move out of this workshop, if we redo that shot.
But like in reverse? Or?
Yeah. So like as it flies through the door, it shows it completely barren like it was then, and then it just converts.
Oh, I see. So then we can take 2 shots and you've got side by side.
Oh yeah, no, you do it in reverse like you just said. It goes up there, and then it comes back, and it zooms out, and it's like this.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. That's kind of made me want to move out now just to see that shot.
I would. I mean, there's no point staying. You've got nothing here.
Content first.
Nothing at all.
Good shout. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We've got a few on Instagram still and quite a lot on YouTube, which is awesome. Thank you very much for your interest in coming along to this live stream. As I said at the start, a lot of you may have missed this. This kind of content we will be doing on my second channel from here on. We just thought we'd give you guys a little taster for it. So if you want to find my second channel, you go onto my channel, my main channel, and then on the right hand side there will be a link to Matt Estlea 2, which will have things like reaction videos to when I watch Rob's editing for the first time and I see how much he's made me look like a fool. We'll have things like this, kind of live streams, extra Q&As and stuff like that, kind of things that are less polished and more like we can just sort of put out and get more of a, like, is it a dialogue going between me and the audience?
Yeah, exactly. A little bit more informal.
Yeah, exactly. Like I want to have as much of a connection to you guys as I can. I don't want it to sort of just be like me read the odd comment and like them. I want to get to know a lot of you by name and just try and keep myself grounded as much as I can. Because it's difficult answering all your comments at this kind of level now. So yeah, that's what we will be doing. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. There's nothing else needs to be said, is there?
No, other than next time we will be putting the cameras on tripods, so they will be level, because a lot of people are not happy, but
bit on the
YouTube's is a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
We're going to try and improve the audio as we go along, and progress that, because at the moment it's just for cameras, and it would be great to have a couple of different camera angles, and I think that's pretty much it. If you've got...
Come in front of the camera.
Oh, come from... No, it's sweet! I don't like it over here. Nah, it's not for me.
No?
No. But I guess if they've got any suggestions for both the live stream format and I guess YouTube content potentially,
just in general, to be honest,
where would be the best place for them to send that?
Send that probably just comment below this video. I think this will be creating a video on YouTube right now.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we're going to have a live video.
Yeah.
So the idea would be for us to actually record these live, and I don't know if we'll keep them as a live section forever, but we'll keep them certainly up until we've got an edited down version which is slightly crisper using our actual cameras that we've got set up at the moment. Yeah,
like basically it's all like very up in the air at the moment. We only just got the Wi-Fi sorted today, so we've kind of just done it. We're like, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, and we've just randomly started a live stream now.
Tell them the upload speed.
Upload speed at the moment, what is it, 260 megabytes per second download? Wait.
Yes, no, yes.
Megabits.
Megabits, so it's 260 megabits upload speed.
Basically, live streams are going to be glorious at the moment, so yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Crazy.
Anyway, as we were saying, any suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. That would be amazing, and we want to make these as useful and fun and informative and just cool as possible, really. Cool is definitely the word. So, we need to say thank you very much for watching, and then somehow turn the cameras off at the same time.
Well, that's gotta be sneaky.
Where is it? Where is it?